Picture this. Rahul, a 34-year-old IT professional from Bangalore, thought he had it all figured out. A good salary, a loving family, and most importantly, a health insurance policy of 10 lakh rupees. He was proud of being financially responsible. Then came the phone call that shattered everything. His father collapsed at home. Emergency bypass surgery. The hospital bill? 15 lakh rupees. Rahul smiled nervously and handed over his insurance card. He had 10 lakhs coverage, right? The remaining 5 lakhs he could manage. But here's where the nightmare began. The insurance company approved only 3,20,000 rupees. Not 10 lakhs. 3,20,000. Rahul was devastated. He had been paying premiums religiously for 4 years. How could this happen? The answer lies in the fine print that nobody reads. The waiting periods that silently exclude you. The sublimits that slice your coverage into pieces. The copay clauses that make you pay from your own pocket. And the difference between top-up and super top-up that most agents conveniently forget to explain. Today, I'm going to expose every single trap that health insurance companies set for you. Not to scare you away from insurance, because health insurance is absolutely essential. But to arm you with knowledge so that you never become another Rahul. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, what to avoid, and how to choose a policy that actually protects you. Let's dive deep into the world of health insurance secrets. Let me tell you the first dirty secret of health insurance. Waiting periods. When you buy a health insurance policy, you don't get full coverage from day one. There are multiple waiting periods working against you silently. First, there's the initial waiting period. This is typically 30 days from the policy start date. During this time, absolutely nothing is covered except accidents. So if you buy insurance today and get hospitalized for fever next week, sorry, you're paying from your pocket. Second, and this is the big one, there's the pre-existing disease waiting period. If you have diabetes, hypertension, thyroid issues, or any other existing condition, the insurance company will not cover anything related to these diseases for 2 to 4 years. Let that sink in. 4 years of paying premiums before your existing conditions get covered. Third, there are specific disease waiting periods. Even if you're perfectly healthy today, certain diseases like hernia, cataract, knee replacement, and piles have a waiting period of 1 to 2 years. The insurance company assumes you might be buying insurance specifically because you know you'll need these treatments soon. Now here's what agents don't tell you. These waiting periods reset if you switch insurance companies. So if you've completed 3 years with Company A and switched to Company B for a cheaper premium, congratulations, your waiting period starts from zero again. This is why you should never switch health insurance casually. Always opt for portability, which transfers your waiting period credits. Remember Rahul from our story? Part of his claim was rejected because his father's heart condition was considered pre-existing, and the 4-year waiting period hadn't completed. Knowledge is protection, my friends. Now let's talk about the most deceptive practice in health insurance. Sublimits. Your policy says 10 lakh rupees coverage. But hidden inside are multiple sublimits that cap how much you can actually claim for specific things. The biggest trap is room rent limit. Many policies say room rent is capped at 1% or 2% of sum insured per day. Sounds reasonable, right? Here's the catch. If you take a room that costs more than your limit, the insurance company doesn't just deduct the extra room rent. They proportionally reduce your entire claim. Let me explain with real numbers. Your policy has 10 lakh coverage with 1% room rent limit, meaning 10,000 rupees per day. But the hospital's cheapest single room costs 20,000 per day. You think you'll just pay the extra 10,000 per day from your pocket. Wrong. The insurance company calculates a ratio. Your limit is 10,000, actual room is 20,000, ratio is 50%. Now they apply this 50% to your entire bill. Surgery cost 5 lakhs? You get to lakh 50,000. Medicines cost 1 lakh? You get 50,000. Doctor fees 80,000? You get 40,000. That 10 lakh policy suddenly pays only 4 to 5 lakhs. This is exactly what happened to Rahul. But wait, there's more. Many policies have sublimits on specific treatments too. Cataract surgery capped at 40,000 when actual cost is 70,000. Ambulance charges capped at 2,000 when actual cost is 5,000. ICU charges capped at specific amounts. Always, and I mean always, look for policies that say no sublimits or no room rent capping. These policies cost slightly more in premium but save you lakhs during claims. Here's another term that agents mumble quickly hoping you won't catch it. Copay. Copay means you agree to pay a fixed percentage of every claim from your own pocket. It could be 10%, 20%, or even 30%. Insurance companies love copay clauses because it serves two purposes for them. First, it reduces their payout. Second, it supposedly discourages unnecessary hospitalizations. But think about it from your perspective. You're already paying premiums every year. Then when you actually need to claim, you pay again? A 20% copay on a 5 lakh claim means 1 lakh rupees from your pocket. That's not insurance, that's a discount coupon. Now, here's the tricky part. Many policies have mandatory copay for senior citizens. If you're buying insurance for your parents above 60 or 65 years, most policies will force a 10 to 20% copay. They're basically saying the people who need insurance most will have to pay more during claims. Some policies also introduce copay if you get treated in a city different from your residence city. Living in Lucknow but got hospitalized in Delhi? 10% copay. Even worse, some policies have disease-specific copay. Knee replacement? 20% copay. Certain surgeries? 15% copay. My strong advice is to always choose policies with zero copay, even if premiums are higher. The 5,000 rupees you save annually in premium can cost you 50,000 during a single claim. When comparing policies, don't just look at the premium amount. Look at the claim amount you'll actually receive. A cheaper policy with copay often ends up being far more expensive than a slightly costlier policy without copay. Now let's decode one of the most confusing concepts in health insurance. Top-up versus super top-up. Both are designed to increase your coverage at low cost, but they work very differently. Let's say you have a base policy of 5 lakh rupees, and you buy a top-up of 10 lakhs with a 5 lakh deductible. The deductible is the amount you must spend first before the top-up kicks in. With a regular top-up, this deductible must be crossed in a single hospitalization. So if your hospital bill is 12 lakhs in one admission, you pay 5 lakhs through your base policy, and the top-up covers the remaining 7 lakhs. Perfect. But what if you have multiple hospitalizations? First hospitalization costs 3 lakhs, second costs 4 lakhs. Total is 7 lakhs, which is above your 5 lakh deductible, right? Wrong. With a regular top-up, since no single hospitalization crossed 5 lakhs, the top-up pays nothing. Zero. You pay the full 7 lakhs yourself. This is where Super Top-Up becomes your savior. With Super Top-Up, the deductible is calculated on aggregate basis for the entire policy year. All hospitalizations in 1 year add up. So those 3 lakh and 4 lakh bills totaling 7 lakhs? Your base policy covers 5 lakhs, and Super Top-Up covers the remaining 2 lakhs. The premium difference between Top-Up and Super Top-Up is usually small, maybe 10 to 15% more. But the coverage difference is massive. My recommendation? Always choose Super Top-Up over regular Top-Up. Better yet, combine a base policy of 5 to 10 lakhs with a Super Top-Up of 25 to 50 lakhs. This combination gives you massive coverage at a fraction of the cost of buying a single high-value policy. Every insurance advertisement screams about their claim settlement ratio. 95%. 98%. But what does this number actually mean, and should you trust it? Claim settlement ratio is simply the percentage of claims an insurance company paid out of total claims received in a year. A 95% ratio means out of 100 claims, 95 were paid and 5 were rejected. Sounds great, right? But here's what they don't tell you. This number includes all claims, including tiny claims of 10,000 rupees for one-day hospitalization. Paying a 10,000 rupee claim is easy. The real question is, what happens with large claims of 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, or 20 lakhs? Unfortunately, IRDAI doesn't publish data on claim amount-wise settlement. So a company might settle all small claims to boost their ratio while rejecting large claims on technicalities. Here's what to look for instead. First, check the incurred claim ratio. This shows how much of the premium collected was actually paid out as claims. A very low ratio might mean the company is too strict with claims. Second, and more importantly, read customer reviews specifically about claim experiences. Not Google reviews, which can be manipulated, but genuine experiences on forums and social media. Third, check the company's complaint ratio published by IRDAI. How many complaints per 10,000 policies? High complaints usually mean claim problems. Some companies with excellent claim reputations include Star Health, Care Health, HDFC Ergo, and Niva Bupa. But don't take my word for it. Do your own research. Remember, the true test of an insurance company is not how quickly they take your premium, but how smoothly they pay your claim when you're lying in a hospital bed. Alright, you now know more about health insurance than most Indians, including many who sell it. Let's convert this knowledge into action. Here's your step-by-step plan. Step 1. Assess your needs. If you're young and single, a 5 lakh base policy might suffice. If you have a family, especially parents, think 10 to 15 lakhs minimum. Healthcare inflation in India is 14 to 15% annually. What costs 5 lakhs today will cost 10 lakhs in 5 years. Step 2. Prioritize these features in this order. 0 room rent limits, 0 copay, no disease-wise sublimits, maximum 2-year waiting period for pre-existing diseases, and coverage for modern treatments like robotic surgery and gene therapy. Step 3. Add a super top-up. A 50 lakh super top-up with 5 lakh deductible costs surprisingly little, often 8 to 12,000 rupees annually. This protects you against catastrophic medical expenses that can otherwise bankrupt families. Step 4. Never lie in your application. That undisclosed diabetes or hypertension will come back to haunt you during claims. Insurance companies investigate, and claim rejection for non-disclosure is permanent and documented. Step 5. Review your policy annually. Medical needs change, family size changes, and new products enter the market. What was the best policy 3 years ago might not be optimal today. Finally, remember that health insurance is not an investment. It's protection. Don't choose based on premium alone. Choose based on what you'll receive during your worst day. The Rahuls of the world learned this lesson the hard way. You don't have to. Share this video with everyone you care about. Subscribe to Mahayukti Finance for more content that protects your wealth and your future. And remember, financial literacy isn't optional anymore. It's survival. Take care of your health and take care of your wealth.